Hello, my name is Madam Jennifer from Educare TZ. Welcome, my lovely Fonto students in a biology session, and I would like to welcome you again for the biology session where we are going to solve the series of the Necta question for biology paper for the year 2017. Welcome. Today's question is question number 8 for the year 2017. As you see here, the question states as follows. Figure 1 represents a part of the digestive system. Study it carefully and answer the question that follow. Figure 1 represents a part of the digestive system. Study it carefully and answer the questions that follow. This is the structure of the figure 1. You has been given here the letters also within this figure. There is letter A, there is letter B here, there is letter C, there is letter D, there is letter E, also there is the letter F. So you are needed to label it. You are needed just to study it carefully. After there, let us see the question that follows. The question Roman A, you are needed to name the part labeled with the letter A, B, C, D, and F. In this diagram, you are needed to name the part labeled with the letter A, letter B, letter C, letter D, letter E, and F. The another question is, name the two enzymes secreted by the part labeled with the letter F. Name the two enzymes secreted by the part labeled with the letter F. The letter F is this one. So you are needed to name the enzyme which is secreted, the two enzymes which are secreted by this letter F. And the last question is state the role of any of enzyme secreted by part F. State the role of any of enzyme secreted by the part F. After stating the two enzymes which are secreted by this part F, now you are needed to state the role. From those mentioned enzymes, you are needed to state their roles. So, my lovely Form 2 students, before we answer the question, we have to familiarize ourselves with where this question has been derived. This question has been derived from our topic of the nutrition, and especially in that concept of the nutrition in mammals in the session of the digestion of the human digestive system. So this structure you see here, this structure represents the human digestive system. In case if you're not familiar with this particular topic, you are mostly welcome to subscribe it in our Educare Media. You are going to get the full packages of the topic of the nutrition, where you are going to get a detailed information, because this topic is one of very important topic. Every Necta question we are solving here, from Form 1 up to Form 4, from Form 1 up to Form 2, you get the question, a variety of the question from this topic of the nutrition. Every Necta question, you must get the question from the nutrition. So you see on how this topic is very important for your performance of the Necta examination, also for your future life, because you study something that's really occurring in your body, that's really occurring in your environment. You do observe also from the plant. So by question Roman A, which needs you to state or to label the parts labeled A, B, C, D, E, and F. Let us be back in our diagram. The part A here, this is a duodenum. Part A, this shows the duodenum. Part B, this is the gallbladder. Within the gallbladder is where the bile is being produced, is being stored. The bile is produced by the specialized cell which is found within the liver, which is known as the hepatocyte. So it tends to produce the bile, and the bile tends to constitute of the sodium hydrogen carbonate, which helped in the neutralization of the food from the stomach. This letter E, this is the stomach. So once food passes from the stomach, it tends to be neutralized by the sodium hydrogen carbonate, which is one of the components of the bile, which is essential in the digestion. So the letter C, this is the liver, and within the liver there's this gallbladder where the bile are stored. And the part F, this is the pancreas, tend to produce the pancreatic juice, and the pancreas the pancreas, this tends to produce the pancreatic enzyme. In our topic of you will discuss on your topic of the coordination you will be in your Form 3 topic, in that topic of the coordination, where you see this pancreas have two major functions of the endocrine as well as the exocrine. And in terms of exocrine, they tend to produce this pancreatic juice into the duct for the digestion, whereas the endocrine tend to produce the hormone insulin as well as the glucagon for the regulation of the blood sugar into the body of a human being. So in terms of digestion now, in nutrition, it tend to release this pancreatic juice, which tend to, well, we are going to see them in the question Roman 2, which need us to state the two juices which are, or the enzymes which are released by this pancreas. Also, this tube is esophagus, lakini hapa katikati hii hapa ni sphincter, pyloric sphincter, ambayo inasaidia katika prevention of the food from turning back into the mouth. Kwa hiyo hapa inasaidia katika controlling of the movement of the food. Kwa katika end of the esophagus kuna pyloric sphincter ambayo inasaidia katika prevention of the food from turning back into the mouth. So this is how this part was labeled. A ni duodenum, B ni gallbladder, C ni liver, E ni pyloric sphincter, E ni stomach, na F ni pancreas. So that is how it was labeled. Mpaka hapo we are done with the question Roman A. The question Roman B anakuhitaji uname the two enzymes secreted by the part labeled with the letter F. The part labeled with the letter F, hiyo hapa ni pancreas. So anahitaji kuweza kustate the enzyme which is released by the letter F. So the letter F ni pancreas. So what is the pancreas? Tulivyoona hapa ni kama leaf like structure in our diagram, ni kama jani. So unatakiwa uweze kustate the enzyme which are secreted here. So the pancreas secretes the digestive juices known as pancreatic juice. The juice contain the following. So this pancreas tend to secrete the digestive juice which are known as the pancreatic juice, and this juice contain the following enzyme. And the first one is pancreatic amylase. The pancreatic amylase, and the second one is pancreatic lipase. So our question just need you to mention the pancreatic amylase and pancreatic lipase. No need of giving this role. Lakini kama uliandika it is an extra, lakini nimeweza kupatia na this function, ambapo katika swali letu pia unahitaji kuweza kustate the function. Lakini swali lako la kwanza just wanted to mention the pancreas ana produce this pancreatic amylase pamoja na pancreatic lipase. So kwa mfano this pancreatic amylase anasaidia katika breaking down of starch into the maltose, na pancreatic lipase anasaidia katika digesting the fat droplet into the fatty acid pamoja na glycerol. Swali la mwisho inatuambia kwamba needs us to state the role of any of enzyme which are secreted by part F. Any of enzyme. Hajatuambia kwamba state the role performed by pancreatic amylase or pancreatic lipase, ila any role. Tukianza na pancreatic amylase inasaidia katika breaking down of the starch into the maltose. Tumeona katika topic yetu digestion kwamba during the digestion process, once the food is taken into the mouth, kuna chemical digestion into the mouth, kuna mechanical na chemical, ambayo chemical can be completed by the action of the salivary amylase, ambayo inasaidia katika digestion of the starch kwenda katika maltose. Kwa hiyo hapa pancreatic amylase inasaidia katika breaking also the starch kwenda katika maltose. Kwa unaona kwamba the digestion of the starch katika mwili wa binadamu ipo katika mouth pamoja na katika pancreas, ambazo zote zinakuwepo na digestion. Ambapo hapa maltose nao inaenda kupitishwa nao kwenda katika ileum. Ambapo katika ileum kuna amylase, kuna maltase, ambapo maltase inaenda kusababisha the digestion of this maltose kwenda katika glucose which can be used by the body as a source of energy once broken through the process of the respiration. Vile vile kuna pancreatic lipase ambao anakusaidia katika digestion of the fat droplets kwenda katika fatty acid pamoja na glycerol. Fatty acid inasaidia katika insulation of the body, na vile vile inasaidia katika storage of different part of the body, kwa organs of the body. Kwa mfano heart, ukikuta katika heart kuna mafuta, katika lungs, so as to insulate them, vile vile kuweza kuzihold katika proper position. Na kuna trypsin. Trypsin yenye inasaidia katika breaking down of protein kwenda kwenye peptide. Kwa vile vile katika pancreas kuna NADA ambayo ni trypsin inasaidia katika breaking down of this protein kwenda katika peptide. So this, lakini katika swali unaweza ukastate any one hii moja tu na ukapata marks because there is no any limit. unaweza kupatia this extra so that you can choose and have a wide room for us to choose which one you can use in answering your question. So this is how the question number 8 needed to be answered. And another question now is question number 9 for the year 2017, and our question states as follows. Mention the 3 structures of gaseous exchange in land plants. This is question number 9, Roman A, which need you to mention the 3 structures of the gaseous exchange in the land plants. And another question is Roman B, briefly explain how the structure of a leaf is adapted to allow rapid gaseous exchange. Briefly explain how the structure of a leaf is adapted to allow rapid gaseous exchange. And the last question is name the product of anaerobic respiration in human being muscles. Name the product of anaerobic respiration in the human muscles. My lovely Form 2 students, before we answer the question, let us familiarize ourselves with the direction. So, by starting with Roman A, the Roman A needs you to mention 3 structures of gaseous exchange in the plant. Mention 3 structures. Failure to do so, if you mention 2 structures, need that to get the half of the marks. If you give an extra point, 4 point, you will get all the marks, lakini ile ya 4 itakuwa ni extra, haitakuwa na marks. So make sure kwamba unakuwa na follow the instruction. Ukiambiwa 3, make sure una provide 3. Don't provide 2 or 1. Make sure that you provide the asked one. Na vile vile si provide 4, maana ile pia inakuwa ni extra point. So make sure that una provide those strong point na kuwa very accurate as possible. Na question Roman B ilikuwa inakuhitaji uweze kuprovide kuexplain just brief, hajakwambia uelezee ngapi, pointi ngapi. Just nakwambia tu briefly explain how the structure of the leaf is adapted to allow rapid gaseous exchange. Na kingine, the last one, umeambiwa just name the product of anaerobic respiration in human being muscle. Just name it. So, after knowing the direction of the question now, let us see where this question has been constructed so that we can use that particular knowledge from that topic to answer the question. This question from Roman A to Roman C, this question has been derived from our topic of the gaseous exchange and respiration. In this topic, one of the characteristics of the living things is breathing. Living things have to perform the respiration. Living things have to perform the gaseous exchange. And this is the meaning of the life. There's no life without the breathing. There's no life without the inhalation, exhalation. Meaning that's something that maybe only non-living things does not have an ability to breathe. And this is one of the unconscious activity which is controlled by the medulla oblongata. So, this question has been derived from a topic of the gaseous exchange and respiration. So, you're most welcome to subscribe it at our media. It is a Form 2 topic so that you can get a full understanding and detailed explanation and knowledge in this particular topic of gaseous exchange and respiration. So, now let us answer our question. The first question, which needs us to state the 3 structure of gaseous exchange in the land plant. Just mention, no need of explanation, but I can explain so that you can have an understanding. While for you, once you are attempting the question, make sure that you follow the instruction. If you are told to mention, just mention, don't explain. If you are told to explain, make sure that you explain, don't mention. So make sure that you become accurate as possible. Also, you follow the instruction as needed. So, by starting with the Roman 1, which where we wanted to set the three structures which are used by the plants for gaseous exchange. So, in plants, the gaseous exchange mostly take place through the stomata, lenticel, and breathing roots. So, this is how you are needed to. These are the answer: stomata, lenticel, and the breathing root. These are the structures for gaseous exchange in plants. But for detailed explanation, the gaseous exchange mostly take place through the stomata, and these stomata are found within the leaf. And these stomata are surrounded by the guard cell, which controlling its opening and closing to ensure the uptake of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Also, there is lenticel. These lenticels, these are found within the stem, but the greatest difference between the stomata and the lenticel is that the lenticel does not have the guard cell. And the last thing, so the structure for gaseous exchange in land plants are stomata, lenticel, and breathing root. For further explanation is that the stomata are found on the leaf, and the lenticel, these are found on the stem. And for those plants which are waterlogged plants, like example the mangrove, they tend to perform the gaseous exchange through the breathing roots. And the greatest difference between the stomata and the lenticel is that the stomata is found on the leaf, they tend to have the guard cell which control the opening and closing of the stomata to allow the uptake of the gases, the carbon dioxide, and release of the of oxygen as a byproduct during the photosynthesis. While this lenticel lack that guard cell. And these breathing roots, these are found in plants or waterlogged plants like mangrove and ficus, and they carry out this gaseous exchange through the modified leaf root, which are called the breathing root. And let us see the gaseous exchange in the leaves. The atmospheric air within the leaf is where there is a stomata. Now let us see on how the gaseous exchange will take place into the leaves. We say that the atmospheric air moves into and out of the leaf through the stomata, and the gaseous exchange mostly take place in the air space in the spongy mesophil. So within the leaf, there is this spongy mesophil which have these small pores, or which are stomatas, for allowing the gaseous exchange or the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen through this leaf mesophil. And this is the structure of the leaf mesophil. Unaangalia kuna spongy palisade layer, kuna this cuticle ambao ni very thin. So these are the one of the adaptation of the leaf for gaseous exchange. Kuna this spongy mesophil ambapo inakuwa na this stomata hapo kwa ajili ya gaseous exchange. And gaseous exchange through the root, for example, for this mangrove which are growing in this waterlogged area, this occur through the breathing root plant, which with the thin epidermal layer which enable the root to carry out gaseous exchange. Oxygen is at higher concentration in atmosphere than in the root cell, and therefore oxygen diffuses into the root cell through the epidermis, and during the respiration, plant uses oxygen while releasing the carbon dioxide. And the question Roman B, you are needed to state on how structure of leaves is adapted to allow rapid gaseous exchange. First of all, the plant, they tend to have the thin and flat shape to provide large surface area exposed to surrounding environment. So this enables them to extract a large amount of the carbon dioxide and releasing of the oxygen. Another is that they have stomata that regulates gas exchange to control the intake of carbon dioxide and needed for photosynthesis and the release of oxygen and water vapor. Another adaptation is that the leaf has the presence of the cuticle, which is very thinnest, the presence of the mesophyll cell inside the leaf that are rich in chloroplast where photosynthesis occur. These cells are densely packed to maximize the surface area. So these mesophyll cells, they are densely packed so as to maximize the surface area available for gaseous exchange to occur, as well as for photosynthesis. Because when during the gaseous exchange, carbon dioxide also is taken as a raw material for photosynthesis. So that's why the photosynthesis also do take place. Another adaptation of the leaf is the presence of the waxy cuticle covering the epidermis of the leaf, help to prevent the water loss from the leaf surface. And also this epidermis is very thin. It is permeable to gases. Therefore, it allows the uptake of the carbon dioxide and the release of this oxygen and this oxygen gas. So the permeability to gases for allowing efficient gaseous exchange. So these are the structure, adaptive structure of the plant leaf for allowing the efficient gaseous exchange. So provide almost 4 points so that you can choose. Katika swali lako just mwambia explain brief, ujiambia provide how many points, lakini unaweza kupatia an extra so that you can choose unaweza choose the suitable one for you. The last question, you are needed to name the product of anaerobic respiration in human being muscles. In the process of respiration tumeona kwamba kuna anaerobic na aerobic. Tunapozungumzia anaerobic respiration, this is the one which involves the breaking down of the glucose in the absence of the oxygen. So in animal the process of anaerobic respiration tunaita ni lactic acid. Kwa nini tunaita lactic acid? Kwa sababu lactic acid hii hapa ndio end product ya anaerobic respiration. Kwa hiyo jibu letu just in short tulikuwa tunasema kwamba the product of anaerobic respiration in human being muscles ni lactic acid, ambazo this lactic acid ikiaccumulate na ikatokea ile oxygen debt inapelekea muscle cramping. Unakuta mtu misuli imebana due to the excessive production of this lactic acid in the absence of oxygen, inapelekea misuli kubana. So the process of anaerobic respiration in human being muscle inaitwa known as lactic acid fermentation, and therefore the product ambayo inabi form into lactic acid, and a more occurrence of lactic acid is in muscle, na sana sana during the exercise. Mtu anapokuwa anafanya mazoezi, ndio maana anakuwa anapumua kwa haraka kuweza increase that rate of the uptake of oxygen, kwa sababu mtu anapokuwa anafanya mazoezi anatumia sana na ile energy, ile rate of the respiration inakuwa ni kubwa, kwa kuna kuwepo na uzalishaji mkubwa sana wa carbon dioxide, na hivyo inaforce aweze increase the breathing rate kuweza uptake more oxygen ili aweze kuendelea na mazoezi. Na hivyo during this process respiratory surface is incapable of supplying oxygen molecule, na hii hapa ndio equation ambapo glucose ina be broken down in absence of oxygen katika muscle of a human being na kuweza produce this lactic acid na energy. So this is a product of anaerobic respiration ambayo ni lactic acid. Today, my lovely photo student, in case of any misconception, welcome to the comment section so that I can cross-check and make a follow-up for you. Thank you for watching Educare. Thank you for choosing Educare, the home of intellectual intelligence. Mostly welcome for other coming session here at Educare Media. Thank you. Have a nice moment.